I watched over the mansion. I knew in there was the hardest enemy I had ever faced. Although on this life I've only really fought the NPCs to get the invite for this place. I finally knew who the mastermind behind all the meteor showers and the NPCs was. He was obviously prepared with lasers in the first hallway, although that was not going to stop me. Oh, but the mansion invite has. Oh, have to go and get that. I returned, but this time with my invite. However, they were no longer accepting visitors, so I had to wait. I waited and waited and kept on waiting. Eventually it reopened, and I stopped waiting. We found the CEO. He believed he could stop us. Both my teammates were gone. It was all up to me. Surely I could beat him. What? How do you avoid these attacks? Is there anything you can do? What can you do to stop these attacks? No! I died! How is that possible? Welcome back to another Roblox video. In this video, I'll be showing you the new winter update and also how you can defeat that boss. So, in this update, there's the new winter map. So, nothing's really changed on the map, it's just winter themed. There's a new season, like the other type of season, with the contracts and stuff, which is supervillain themed. There's also a new car which spawns by the mansion. I find when it's not upgraded, it's quite a sort of drifty car in a way. I'm going to do a test to see what the top speed of this car is. The acceleration isn't great on this vehicle, but it has quite a good top speed. It's by the mansion, which is the new robbery, and costs $666,000. I'm focusing a lot here. Okay, so I got to 238 miles per hour there. So I reckon it's got a limit of around 240 miles per hour, because it didn't seem to stop for a long time at the end there, so it might be a bit faster than that. In reverse, it has a top speed of 88 miles per hour. I'd say it's quite a good vehicle. I wouldn't say its spawn point's that useful. I guess if you're over there and your vehicle's been stolen or something, it's really the only nearby vehicle, but I wouldn't find myself there without a vehicle in many cases, so I don't feel like the spawn point's that useful. I feel like getting a roadster or something would be a bit better, just to have that acceleration. Although it does have a faster top speed. There's some new level 4 areas. So the volcano one, I don't know if it's changed. There's a level 4 area of the military base, which says level 4, but for some reason at the moment you can just go into it. So there's like tunnel bits here. There's a new vehicle which you can get from doing the mansion robbery. There's a map bit here. This isn't a door or anything, it's just the end. There's the blah blah thing, whatever it's called. And then there's a door here which goes into the nuke area. And once again, it says level 4, but you can just go into it, so not really sure what's happening with that. And for some reason, the other level 4 area near the museum no longer has level 4 written on it, but it's not letting me enter, so I believe it is still level 4. There's a code to put in one of these machines, which is Winter 22, and it gets you, I think, like 12,000. To do the mansion robbery, you first need to do an airdrop to get an invite. Okay, I think we've taken out everything. Oh, there's one more here. Yeah, so to get the invite from an airdrop, you have to take part in the last 5 seconds, I believe, of opening the crate. I believe that's how it is. It might just be, oh, you have to take part in it at all, but it may be that, it may, like, I don't know what it is. Okay, well, it was just finished without me there. So, yeah, it's at least some sort of time period, because I got an invite from that, even though I wasn't there right as it was finished. So, now I've got an invite, I can do the robbery, although I do need to wait for 6 PM, so I've got to wait a while. Nice. I don't know why that happened, although you do keep your invite if you die or if you rejoin the game. Not sure if you keep it when you get arrested, because I've found I've lost it when I've got arrested, but then if I rejoin the game I get it back again, so I think that's a bit glitchy at the moment. That was really weird, my camera teleported back to the desert area, but on the mini-map I was still in the town area. For some reason the elevators opened early. This person obviously doesn't yet know that the jetpack thing's been fixed, or they just want to use it anyway. Okay, so as you can see, there are some lighter sort of squares on the floor here. If you step on one of those, you take a bunch of damage. So you have to go where there isn't one. So in this case, it's over here, but these don't stay the same every time. So don't just try and follow my pattern. You actually need to look. So there's those three, and then there's this one here, and then another one here, and then yeah, there's sort of small gaps, so you don't have much room. And then yeah, you come in to the CEO's area, office, blah. I wonder where I am. I've like ran really far forward, so I might be near the CEO. I'm not here because I've walked off from that spot. Okay, so yeah, the jetpack technique you might have seen from a lot of people doesn't work anymore. There are like invisible walls on top of the bookshelves, so you can't go up there. So I'm just going to try beating it normally and see if there's anything I can sort of learn to help with that. I believe the laser attack has got a bit better. It's not, well, like by better I mean a bit easier to avoid. I wonder if you can use his desk to block the chain attack or anything. Because if so, it might be a good spot to stay around. Because the only way you can block the sort of arm chain thing is using a wall, and they're not always there. It does block the laser, so the desk might be the trick. So the laser is a bit easier to avoid, I think, than when it originally came out. It doesn't seem to move as far. Oh. Hang on, I just got hit through the wall. Okay, yeah, I can block things with that. Okay, we've got the room lasers. Oh, hang on, this is getting a bit laggy. Why is it getting so laggy? Wow, that's really laggy. Okay, yeah, the desk is a good trick. It might be really the only way to beat this solo reliably. Oh, hang on. He's doing the chain. Oh, I didn't manage to get the desk in between me perfectly. Yes, the desk works. Yes, use the desk. Use the desk. Because the walls are up most of the time, but not always. And there's not always one near enough to you. So sometimes it's not possible to use the walls to stop the boss from hitting you. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, that's why I couldn't fire for a second. Yeah, the boss isn't as difficult, I don't think, now. When I'm like hiding behind something low, just to be sure, I like to use the crawl to help, you know, make sure I'm shielded. Okay, there we go, we killed him. Yeah, it doesn't seem as hard now, and also, yeah, using the desk there was really good. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, yeah, I've already got the escape bot, and the TNT barrel. I don't know what in there I haven't got yet. I haven't got lucky enough to get the hyperchrome like thing yet. I have got a bunch of the other things. So yeah, that actually using the desk seemed like a very good way to protect yourself from the chain attack, which you can't dodge in any way. Like, it just locks onto you and you have to try and put something in between you and the boss. That's the only way to stop you getting hit. Yeah, the desk is a good way to do it. Also, just having more players means you don't get attacked as much. And you can quite easily jump around and avoid the laser. Yeah, it's not too difficult to dodge the laser. So as long as you don't get too many of the chain, like, arm attack, then you should be okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem as hard now as it was originally. I'm not sure if it's changed. I feel like it has a bit, but it might just be that I've had a bit more practice at it. This is the vehicle you can get as a reward for the boss battle. So it's an air vehicle, but in my opinion, I think it's one of the worst air vehicles. So this vehicle can only go at 101 miles per hour. Yeah, it's a bit weird, the one. Come on, there we go. Yeah, so it's actually the same speed as the default helicopter that is free. So in that way, it's not very good. It's kinda got an advantage of being small, being able to go through tunnels easily, but height-wise, it's not that small, which height is usually the limitation. The Celsior's probably quite close, and the drone's probably quite close, so I don't think it's, too good for that. But for an air vehicle that has a height limit rather than a height off the ground, it is the best size. Although, talking about that height limit, it is the worst height limit. I did some tests and it can't go as high as the default helicopter, which I believe is the second lowest. It's definitely the lowest height limit. It can't even get on top of this building. This building is the tallest building in Jailbreak. In my opinion, it's pretty awful as a vehicle. I wouldn't use it. You can't spawn it in a garage, so it's not got that advantage. I think the only air vehicle worse is the crew capsule, which is slower, has a height off the ground rather than a height limit, and doesn't have a rope. That's one thing it has. It has a rope. I wouldn't say there's a reason to use it over the default helicopter, other than maybe sort of the size. It only has one seat, the driver's seat, nothing else. And also the lights are just like this. They don't seem to actually illuminate the area around you, and I don't think they slow down enemies, so that's pretty useless as well. The one other thing I almost forgot was the new season vehicle. I'll show you. So it's this season is themed around supervillains, so maybe it'll have some special feature that would be cool, otherwise it doesn't look that interesting. Although weirdly it has 3 seats, so it's got the driver's seat, a passenger seat, but then there's this wide passenger seat at the back, but for some reason there's only a passenger seat on the side here. Like, no, not one the other side, so that's a bit odd. So I think that's going to have to end today's video. Right, I'm not very visible in here, let me get out. Oh yeah, the doors have a cool animation. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. Bye! I'm going to go and try some more airdrops. If it lets me get in my car, there we go.